Hello, Ranchies. Welcome back to the Subterrestrial Podcast. It's your boy, Taylor, and it's your boy, Cole. And we are ready to do a little jam-packed episode. I shouldn't say little. It's jam-packed. We have so much to do with so little time.
We're going to talk about a few things today, including Groundhog Day. The Super Bowl is tomorrow.
Yup.
It's Saturday right now. Tomorrow's Sunday. So the Super Bowl is going down. And we have a lot to talk about with that one. We're going to talk about some of the technology behind it and a little behind-the-scenes trivia. And, as always, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see we already have cereal out. More cereal coming in from fans. So we need to definitely do a review on, I think this is Magic Spoon?
Yep, we are swimming in cereal right now. It's awesome.
My house smells like Fruit Loops.
Just straight Fruit Loops.
People that have sent in, I think it's mainly Kenneth that has sent in stuff. But,
mostly Kenneth.
All this stuff's just been sitting in my house, and right as you walk in the door,
It's like
you're
the perfect
"There's
essential
Fruit
oil."
Loops smell in here. Why does it smell like Fruit Loops? But before we get into all of that, we have to make a very special thanks to our sponsor. And also thank you to our monthly supporter, Kenneth, who supported us with a monthly gift since episode 1. You can be like Kenneth too. Go to anchor.fm/subterrestrial podcast to support us with a gift as low as $1 per month. It makes a difference, and it just lets us know that you're watching and hanging out with us.
Thank you.
First things first, Groundhog Day is also tomorrow.
It is.
February 2nd.
The Super Bowl and the Groundhog Day all happening.
What are you more excited for?
Well, I am hopeful, as always, that the groundhog will tell us it is going to be spring very, very soon. But, as we all know, we can't rely on a groundhog. So, the Super Bowl, obvious answer. The biggest sporting event in the world, right? Each year?
Yes,
Biggest
it is.
sporting event. Biggest TV event as well. It is huge. It's international. How can you not be excited for it?
I'm excited for both. I always joke around on Twitter that Groundhog Day is my favorite.
It's your
favorite holiday.
Yes, that's a great one.
It never gets old
No.
because people just overlook Groundhog Day.
It is. There is so much to talk about with Groundhog Day. It's insane.
So we found some interesting Groundhog Day facts, and we just want to shout them out to you guys.
Yep.
Maybe you have an interesting Groundhog Day story, Taylor.
Ooh, yeah.
Which I was reading the notes, and it seems like you might.
Right. Well, there's not really anything in particular, but do you remember how much emotion there used to be, like with Groundhog Day? I think that's part of what I used to love about it.
Like when you're in elementary school.
Right. You're waking up. It's February 2nd. You're
And
like,
you always watch it on the news, like when you're waiting for the bus or whatever.
What is the groundhog going to say? And then you did a drawing at school usually or something with it?
I remember like a specific like paper plate cutout that colored cotton swabs, like brown, and then you glued them to it. It was weird.
Yeah, you made a little groundhog.
You made a groundhog
coming
out of a hole or whatever.
For the creative teachers, it was a way to just make the day exciting.
All right, kids, 3 hours to make a groundhog.
Yep. So a groundhog is going to stand there, but we're going to stretch it into a pretty big idea.
This is a half-day activity.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. After lunch, we'll get back into our books.
So, as I said earlier, Groundhog Day is on February 2nd every single year, no matter what day of the week it is.
Right.
This week it just happens to land on a Sunday.
It's just the same day as the Super Bowl.
So it might be overshadowed a little bit. Maybe
funny.
we should talk about like what Groundhog Day is if you don't even know what Groundhog Day is.
So this says it's the largest and most famous celebration. The largest and most famous celebration happens in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. And that's actually the name of the groundhog, is Punxsutawny Phil.
So I think the only reason I know that is from the movie Groundhog Day.
Probably.
When Bill Murray gets snowed in and relives his life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great movie.
For forever.
Great movie.
So it began as a Pennsylvania German celebration in the 1800s in Pennsylvania, and it dates back to ancient European weather lore. A sacred bear or badger was the weather predictor instead of the groundhog. So, interesting facts coming from softschools.com. Groundhog Day falls on February 2nd each year. And today, in current times, Groundhog Day is celebrated with a groundhog prediction, festivities, food, and speeches. And according to Groundhog Day folklore, if the groundhog emerges from his burrow and sees his shadow, so if there's a sunny morning, winter will last another 6 weeks.
If it's sunny, more winter. Makes sense.
If it's sunny, more winter. Yeah, I never really got that.
I never thought of it like that.
So it's the opposite of what you think.
Right.
And if the groundhog doesn't see a shadow, if it's cloudy that morning, then spring is going to come early.
So I'm hoping that it's going to be not always sunny in Philadelphia tomorrow.
Oh. Got him.
No. Yeah, so we want it to be cloudy.
You want it to be... Yep, you want it to be cloudy.
Okay.
The groundhog is also known as a woodchuck.
So how much wood would a woodchuck chuck?
Yep, if you've ever said the tongue tie.
Mm-hmm.
Groundhogs eat a lot of food all summer and become very fat, and then they sleep all winter. So, AKA hibernate.
Oh my gosh. So I'm trying to understand exactly how Groundhog Day became a thing.
Ancient European weather lore.
So the tradition just carried on.
Yep. Okay. Whenever immigrants came over and they were living in Puxsutawney, they decided, hey, we're going to hold this groundhog hostage.
Yeah.
And, force him to come out of his hole on February 2nd.
Turns out we don't need a meteorologist. We just need a groundhog.
An interesting thing is that Punxsutawny Phil actually lives in a climate-controlled habitat that's attached to the library in Puxsutawney. And
so he's like on display.
He's on display, and he can come out whenever he feels like it.
So we could go and meet Punxsutawny Phil if we wanted to.
They also say that the groundhog's predictions are 75 to 90% correct most of the time, which is kind of crazy. That's a high. Yeah, that's.
What's it?
Here's the official quote: Punxsutawny Phil's weather predictions have been accurate approximately 39% of the time since 1887.
Mm-hmm.
However, here's the however.
Okay.
However, organizers claim predictions are accurate about 75 to 90% of the time.
Right. So they got to keep it going. They got to keep them.
The problem is
the lore.
Spring. Like there's the calendar spring, but when does spring really start? You know what I mean?
And he sees his shadow 85% of the time. So 85% of the time, we're gonna say that winter is gonna stay around, right?
Right.
But that's only right 39% of the time. So 61% of the time, spring is coming earlier than we think.
I think it's a load of crap.
Yeah. I'm trying to rationalize it with the numbers, but it just isn't working out.
It's a fun thing, though, I'm sure, for
Yeah.
Puxsutawney residents. And I'm sure there's a ton of tourists that come along to that.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, in the movie, they had some live broadcasters that came.
Well, and if you don't want to watch the Super Bowl, it gives you a great movie to watch instead.
You can start your TV binging from 7:30 in the morning all the way until
skip the pregame,
11:30 at night.
Watch Groundhog Day.
Yeah, watch Groundhog Day. I'm sure there's some reruns of something. I'm sure there's a soap opera on in between there somewhere.
What channel?
Wheel of Fortune?
You know what? This is a good question. Since the Super Bowl is happening, what channel will the reveal air on? You think it's early enough to where it'll?
I think it's early enough where it won't really matter.
I mean, it's not like it's.
No one's gonna be watching.
No one's gonna be watching it anyway. Sadly,
they should be at church.
Ooh, that's an opinion, and I'm here for it.
Maybe they're going to the later service.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch it online. I got to be able to watch a split screen of Punxsutawny Phil and the sermon.
That's not too bad. I'd do that.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to do that tomorrow now that you mention it.
Put it on the multi-viewer?
Get on my iPhone?
Yeah. That'd be
Absolutely.
Good. That'd be good. Groundhog Day. Good day. So go celebrate it. Go do something. Honor the groundhog.
I am probably going to honor it by posting something on Instagram.
Oh, for sure.
Like, Happy Groundhog Day to all my followers.
My little
groundhogs.
My little hoggies.
Ew.
It sounds mean, but it's a groundhog.
Not. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot to Groundhog Day except for that. It's a weird Pennsylvania
But
thing.
somehow it is just kept going. It's stayed relevant.
Here's what's crazy.
American folklore.
I look up how many people live in Punxsutawney.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at how many people attend the Groundhog Day celebration right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than you would think. I want to know what the
Right. So
Population is compared to how many people?
Punxsutawney is a borough in the south of Jefferson County. Let's see. Population of 5,962 in 2010.
All right, guess how many people attend?
If I had to guess, I would say, I don't know, 8,000.
You're very far off. 40,000 people on average.
No.
Where do they stick all
No,
those
they
people?
don't.
Yeah,
in
that's
a town of
6,000. Almost 6,000. 40,000 people show up for Groundhog Day celebration.
Holy
in
cow.
Punxsutawney.
That's insane.
That's a lot of people.
I didn't realize
I wonder
it was
what they all
this
do.
big of a deal.
There's got to be something.
See, this makes me realize that it's more
all
of a...
these stores and stuff
Right.
probably are like, thank God for Groundhog
This
Day.
is saving the town of Punxsutawney. That's just a good job by their local government to keep this festival going.
That's probably the only reason it's still happening, and it's such a big deal.
Right.
Like I think everyone knows about it.
Oh,
in the
who
US.
doesn't know about Groundhog Day?
Even universally,
It's on like school calendars. It's a...
Other countries have similar spring forecast customs, including Siberia. Serbia. Sorry,
okay.
Germany, United Kingdom, and Alaska. And there's a bunch of words after all those of the name of their custom that I can't sound out.
40,000 people.
Except for Marmot Day. That's what Alaska does. Marmot
That's
Day.
crazy.
That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
Explains why he has a climate-controlled section of the
The
Puxsutawney Library.
taxpayers are taking care of Punxsutawny Phil for sure.
I wonder if it's like a little kid's goldfish. Like when it dies, they just kind of silently replace it.
They just kind of like...
I need the history of that.
Ooh.
Like all the past Punxsutawney.
The lineage of the Punxsutawney Phil. You think it's like all of one bloodline?
It better be.
It better be.
Otherwise, I'm going to throw a fit.
Right.
That's.
I hope they brought
conspiracy.
a groundhog over with them from Europe to America.
Oh yeah.
And then they've just passed it down.
I hope they brought a woodchuck over.
Yeah, woodchuck. Woodchuck wood.
Anyway, Groundhog Day. Hopefully it's cloudy tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
a cloudy day in Punxsutawney.
or should we hope that it's sunny because it's only accurate 39% of the time?
You're right. So we want to. So
we need a reverse psychology.
Right. So
the groundhog's mostly wrong.
He's wrong 61% of the time.
Correct.
So
hopefully it's
sunny. But he does say it's sunny 85% of the time. So he's likely going to say it's sunny, and he's likely going to be...
I don't think that percentage works out. If he's accurate 39% of the time, and he sees a shadow 85% of the time...
Well, you got to remember, these are coming from softschools.com.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Soft Schools. Check your numbers.
Wow. Fake news.
Maybe it's like overcast and you can kind of see your shadow.
Right.
That's what they're considering.
The data is varied.
Yes, there's a little squiggly line before each of these numbers.
Yeah, plus or minus 100%.
We could be completely wrong.
We don't know. It's a groundhog.
And this is a subterrestrial podcast, so we're probably wrong.
We're probably wrong. Do we move on?
Yeah, I think we've exhausted Puxsutawney Phil.
Have we?
Hopefully we've exhausted him out of hibernation.
We haven't exhausted him any more than the people of Punxsutawney, though.
True. They're kind of using the groundhog.
The cash cow of Punxsutawney.
The cash hog.
The cash hog. The cash chuck.
I think we need to liberate Puxsutawney Phil. Set him free. Where are the activists?
Are we doing a Punxsutawney raid right now?
Activists.
Yeah. Where's PETA?
They need to start coming out of the woodwork on this one.
Woodwork?
I'm sorry. That was terrible. That's my question.
Yeah.
Holding this poor animal hostage. You know what? They probably take really good care of them.
If one of you starts a Facebook event that's Save Punxsutawney Phil,
Free Punxsutawney Phil,
you'll forever be my friend.
2021. There's not enough time to rally for 2020.
No, 2020.
2021.
We're gonna have to free him at the event when he's not in his
I'm gonna go
climate
ahead
control.
and make one of those.
Yeah.
Make a reminder.
Yeah. Siri.
Yeah, seriously.
Remind me.
Seriously.
Seriously.
I hate whenever you say seriously and then your phone ding ding.
Mhm.
You ever get that?
Yeah, all the
Oh,
time.
man.
Our Alexa upstairs is worse.
Oh, Alexa, you could like
You're watching
fart,
TV.
fart the wrong way.
Yeah.
And Alexa's like, how can I help you?
Yeah. Targeted ads?
Yeah,
Let me just get you real quick.
All right. We got the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
which falls on the same day as Groundhog Day this year. February 2nd, it's Super Bowl
Right.
52, 3? I can't do
I want to say
Roman
53.
numerals. No, it's 52. No, it's 53 this year.
No.
53.
Oh my gosh. How do we not know
No, it's
this?
54. Super Bowl.
Super Bowl 2020. Wow.
I think it's Super Bowl 50.
Super Bowl LIV.
54.
54. Can we get rid of the new Roman numerals?
That's
Why?
what I'm saying. I'm like, the reason I was wrong was because I was looking at my show notes
Right.
and it says
Super
50,
Bowl
yeah.
LIV for all of those of you who are wondering.
54.
Yeah, the 49ers versus the Chiefs. There's a lot of people talking about the sports aspect of it. There's a lot of people talking about the personalities and whatever else. We're going to talk a little bit about the production. We're going to talk a little bit about
the technology
the
behind
tech.
it.
How do you, sitting in your living room, see everything that happens at the Super Bowl?
Cameras.
Yep, cameras.
Right?
And fun fact, how many feet of cable did it say? I lost my
a
notes.
bunch.
Yeah.
A bunch of cable.
Miles and miles and miles of cable.
Not only all of that, but just the pure like manpower that goes behind it. You know, you think of the team, you think of all the people that the teams have involved. Even think about all the broadcasters, but think about behind the scenes, the cameramen,
Yep.
the people that are watching over the stream, the people that are cutting and directing, the people that are putting up all of the graphics.
Yep.
Probably each one of those graphics is one separate person, or maybe multiple people for one specific graphic.
Right. That's the thing
From
that
putting up the score itself,
right.
to putting up the lines for downs.
Right.
All are different people. I know some of it's automated now,
Right.
but that's
So
insane.
for example, we're going to watch let's say the opening kickoff has already happened. The first play of the game, the offense and the defense are lining up for the first play. You're watching the game, right? You've got how many different camera angles? If you watch, it'll switch back and forth between all kinds of different cameras. But behind each camera, there's a person.
Usually.
Yes.
You know, there's always,
usually there's a sky cam, but there's an operator.
There's two for Skycam.
There's two operators. Yeah.
Someone's doing
So
the camera.
for each angle, there's
Someone's
a
doing
camera
the
person.
line. Yeah.
There's a person who's, like you said, putting the first and 10 lines on the field. There's a person who's putting the score graphic on the field. There's a person who's making sure the score graphic is the right way. There's a person who's literally doing every single graphic screen, anything that you can think of.
And not only that, there was someone that had to design it.
Right.
Down, like even further down.
Months and months
further
and
down
months
the line.
ahead. Yeah.
It's insane, all the stuff that they just bunch up into a 2 hour to 3 hour time slot.
It's a 3.5 hour event. And it's the biggest TV event every year. And it breaks its own record basically every year as well.
And they're expecting the same thing this year.
Right.
Last year, I remember the like specific tech that came out. Because each network is always trying to one up themselves.
Right.
Because it switches between Fox.
It's Fox, CBS, and NBC.
Okay, so there's three, and it goes between them every year. Who's doing it this year? Do you know?
54. Let me look. It's on Fox.
It's on Fox.
Fox is doing it this year, yeah.
Okay. I think last year was NBC. Or maybe it was 2 years ago was NBC. When was Justin Timberlake?
I don't remember.
I think that was the NBC one.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Yeah,
last year, their big tech that they rolled out was the 360 camera, which I think they only used once or twice.
Where do they use it? Do you remember?
It was like they can basically take one 360 photo and then they usually use it. They used it at a bad time. I felt like last year it was kind of unmemorable.
That.
I remember reading an
article about it. Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh yeah, here's this play," and then they did the 360 camera, and it looked super low res and didn't look right anyway.
That's unfortunate.
But it was kind of a cool idea. They could freeze at any moment in the stadium and zoom in really close and like move around and see any angle
at any time.
Whenever
but they only used it once. Man, I'm hoping we can see something more like that.
The pylon cams
Those
were introduced in the
are pretty new, yeah.
in a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
It was within the last 10 to 12 years, but
well, yes, yeah, they were, but that's where they got big. The NFL has all that stuff be tried out in advance before, but yeah,
there's certain stadiums that get it.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever the Mercedes-Benz Stadium opened, I know they had a bunch of new tech in there.
Right.
It was specific to the stadium.
Mm-hmm. And the NFL obviously is doing that because they want to have these venues that are full of this tech.
It's crazy.
It's nuts. You want to hit some hard facts real quick?
Yes.
Super Bowl 52.
Yes.
This is with NBC did this year.
Okay.
So they it says that used
what year is it?
52.
52.
So
sorry.
2 years ago. This would have been 2018.
Hit me with it.
264,000 feet of camera and microphone cable.
So that doesn't even include the lighting.
This does not, and this is not even the halftime show.
Right.
This is just
halftime shows totally
this
separate.
is just the production. This is just the game. So over 250,000 feet of camera and audio cable, 1,500 meals were served to the crew members on game day. There were 500 plus people, so they're all getting fed 3 meals a day.
3 meals a day.
All the people who are cooking,
wow.
Where are they eating? You know what I mean?
I'm sure there's some underground,
right?
This
press room.
Stadium's big,
but all these people who are brought in
that are just working.
Yeah,
they're not even attending.
No, they're not even watching the game.
They're trying to make sure a cable doesn't get unplugged.
Yeah, they're trying to make sure
steps on it.
One of the 130 microphones that are just being used by NBC aren't broken or smashed in a shoulder pad or
right
because they got microphones tucked everywhere.
I know.
I mean, you see it with the NFL films, but the Super Bowl they just go to a whole completely new level.
Right.
One of the things that they actually started introducing in the Super Bowl a few years ago was, the next gen stats. I was reading it was in Minneapolis is when they started it.
Okay.
They put those RFID trackers inside of the player's shoulder pad or something just as big as a nickel, but it allows you to track how fast they're going.
Whoa.
You can track and see who's the fastest player on the field. It does real-time stats based off of where they started compared to where they ended. Crazy stuff. All the next and
wild.
we said, we're putting all those graphics up on the TV and
I wonder how much of that is just a computer deciding
right.
All right. This player ran really far, so it autofills it.
Right, you put the parameters in.
Put it up.
Right, you make the parameters, and then it's just a code. But yeah, that's crazy.
What else you got?
Let's see. There was a cool thing here talking about how many trucks they have. Oh yeah, here it is. So, there's and these broadcast companies are huge. NBC, CBS, and Fox are all huge anyway, but they actually contract other companies too.
Right, they have to get their broadcast trucks, which are already built and pre-assembled.
Yep.
Come with operators. And they don't have to worry about keeping it on at the stadium because the stadium probably has pretty limited.
Yeah, so in addition to the however many trucks that they bring, I think they hired in last year or 2 years ago an extra 10 to 14 production trucks, which if you don't know what that is, that's a 53-foot semi trailer.
Yeah, it's just a semi that they bring in
that has expanding walls.
It's basically a huge camper.
Yeah,
a 53-foot camper, and you've all seen whenever the walls come out of campers, only the entire wall comes out.
Right.
So a semi truck bed, if the walls came out another 5 feet on both sides.
Yeah.
So these things are just giant.
24 of them they had.
Each one, can hold a different practice. If they're doing replay, they just have a whole replay truck. Yeah. So
a whole 53-foot trailer is full of computers and memory and processing power.
Everything you would need.
Everything you would need to do just slow motion replay.
Yep.
A whole truck.
And a bunch of guys and girls in there just watching the game and calling it out and saying, "Hey, I have a good one on." I think they use X, take X for replays.
They have so many cameras. How do they number them?
I know you get assigned a certain amount of cameras. For the Super Bowl, you might be assigned one camera. I don't even know.
No kidding. They break it down that.
You get assigned a group, and then they're calling down. and you're basically just doing your thing the whole time. You don't
Right.
really have much direction besides, all right, that was a big play. They're obviously going to want to replay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're waiting for the director to say, you know, replay, and then you get on comm and you're like, mine's good, take X.
Yeah.
And the director's relying on them having something good.
Wow.
And then they're, all right,
Because it's a live show.
roll the graphic. You know, there's always a graphic that goes
Right.
over the screen. It's like
Right.
instant replay.
The transitional graphic between the live feed and
so
then
they
the
throw
replay.
that DVE up, and then
Yeah.
that crisscrosses the screen, and then all of a sudden they're live
Right.
replaying the video. And that's why sometimes you catch it where it's frozen right before they play the video because they're like actually hitting play
Yeah.
because it's going so fast.
Yeah.
You know, like
All
some
of
of those
it.
crazy
Right.
diving things and
And they're going to show like 6 or 7 replays back to back from different angles.
right.
And there's all those people lining up all of those clips to start from the right time at the right place. Meanwhile, I'm just eating like hot wings.
Exactly.
I'm so glad
And
that I'm not a part
you know,
of that
if there's 6 replays, it's 6 separate people
Right.
because each one wouldn't be able to.
Right, and there's multiple.
You wouldn't be able to do 2 at one time.
And there's executive directors who are like watching, and then the producers and
Hopefully,
co-producers.
no executives in there. That would
Yeah,
be lame.
that'd be lame.
But
But
I'm sure they're out there.
it's a Super
They're
Bowl.
watching stuff from somewhere.
Yeah,
Calling,
it's
calling
the
shots.
biggest TV show
Yeah.
in each year. It's crazy. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of working people just in production. And you want to talk about the halftime show too?
Think of the stress on the director.
Oh, well, yeah. I'm sure he gets well compensated
Oh,
for
yeah,
his
no doubt.
for his abilities.
No doubt.
But yeah.
You know, he's worrying about all those things. And to a point, I'm sure it's kind of written out what you do. But whenever
Right.
it comes down to a live show,
Well, yeah, and
there's
it's
only so much.
right, and it's like any other kind of, performance. Like there's people on the stage, which is in this case it's a field. And are they, they're entertainers. Are they going to show up and do their thing, or are they not? Because that's going to help,
Yeah.
the production people.
I follow a few of the guys that do freelance
Yeah.
video camera stuff on Instagram. And I have a couple of them that are doing Super Bowl,
Yeah.
doing some like steady cam and jib stuff. And they showed up, I think, 4 days ago. So just the camera people, who knows how
Right.
long everyone else has been there, but camera people are starting to show up 4 days ago.
That means you hop on a camera that's already set up.
I don't know the logistics of it. I
Okay.
know some of these guys have their own setups that
Right.
they
So they may
usually
be
bring
doing-
to events.
Right.
But I would assume that the broadcasters would either provide because they probably want some level of consistency.
True. They want it to look.
Maybe if you're bringing like an easy rig or something like that, like
bring your own
Steadicam-
hardware, but we're going to give you the
Steadicam.
camera and the lens.
Sure,
Yeah.
I'm sure it calls for certain things, and
Right.
they probably have it
And
in a
there's- and
warehouse
it's-
somewhere in New York,
right.
or
And it's all in
LA.
a contract written in and
Yep.
everything. The efficiency that they do this.
What's
with
crazy is just
insane.
how early, how many rehearsals they're going through,
Mm-hmm.
all of that stuff.
Yep.
And like you're saying, the halftime show is separate.
Yep.
Like
It's
a lot
its
of
own
times it's
monster.
a different director.
Yeah.
Because directors that do football aren't directors that do live music halftime shows.
because there's this how many 100 million people watching the Super Bowl?
Yeah. If not more.
When do you ever have a concert that 100 million to 200 million people are watching? You know what I mean? This is the biggest.
Rare.
Like it's a huge concert too. And the people who are involved in it, you're saying like they view it like it's a concert? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, they view it as a concert.
Right.
And, with that, for cameras, I'm sure it's a lot of like layover.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also thinking the show usually takes place pointing in one direction.
Mm-hmm.
The field is always 360.
True.
But a lot of times the show is only coming from one side of the stadium.
Okay, yeah. Like a marching band would, right?
Yeah.
They'll face one side of the crowd.
Yeah, they face the home.
right.
home
The
side
home
or whatever.
side? Okay.
But there's always something like that. Some of them do the 360. Like Prince was
Prince
kinda,
did.
That was
Ish.
360.
Yeah.
He's pointing long ways down the field.
Right.
But then if you think about Beyonce's show,
Hers was not 360 at all.
hers, or even Bruno Mars,
I don't
his was
remember
like,
his.
Bruno Mars was super like one-sided.
Okay.
It was tucked. It was up all the way on the
Like in the end zone?
50-yard line.
Oh.
On one side.
On one side.
So
okay.
they're taking advantage of that huge landscape.
Beyonce's was the one that was the portrait,
I
almost
so.
like
I
she was in the
so.
end zone. Okay.
Beyonce's done it a few times, so I don't.
True.
I don't remember
Her like
ones.
Super Bowl 50. Right? Was she? That was
47?
her. I don't know.
47 was my favorite Beyonce one.
Which one was that?
That one had the video wall that like came out of the ground. It like pushed up. It was really cool.
Gosh.
I think hers was like long ways, and then hers was interesting. It was a cool. It was a cool
But
show.
Beyonce's doing a stinking concert. Just Beyonce out there.
Yeah. It's a Beyonce show.
Yeah,
for sure.
Crazy.
What's crazy is they have 6 minutes to set this up, and I have a little video.
Yeah, let's see it.
That shows them setting up the halftime show all at once. Let me move this so I can get to it. But they basically have 6 minutes to set up the Super Bowl halftime show.
Right. 6 minutes. And just to give you some context for this, when we talk about how big of an idea this is, let's talk about it in dollars for a second. This year's Super Bowl but their budget for this year is $13 million.
Right.
So they're setting up what they're doing for, what am I trying to say? 13 minutes of the show, 6 minutes before, and then like 8 minutes afterwards, right? A total of 20 some odd minutes. It's crazy.
Here's the video if you want to watch it with me. So this is Super Bowl 51 halftime show time lapse of construction.
Ooh, this is good.
So like you're saying, 13 minutes, $13 million.
Right.
Everything that relies on this.
Right.
So they're in this one here, this is Super Bowl 51.
Okay.
This looks like it was, I'm not sure who this was. Lady Gaga? Yeah, Lady Gaga.
It's the Falcons and the Patriots.
Yep. They set this thing up. It's just a bunch of moving platforms that they're bringing in. The field goes from nothing to everything.
Right.
Like
they're playing a game. The whistle blows, the team gets off the field, and then 6 minutes later, this is set up. This is nuts.
All the people that they have to coordinate to come in, this is all done in advance.
Right.
And they're having to plug in all these lights.
So right now they're testing them.
They're testing lights.
Okay.
And they're live.
That's it. Wow.
So the whole time they're just testing lights until it's time for them to go.
Wow. So as soon as they plug that thing in, that was in Houston, by the way. As soon as they plug that thing in, they're ready testing it so they can be ready in 6 minutes.
Yep. And really all they're testing is to make sure DMX,
just lighting.
Their data is flowing.
Right.
I'm sure audio has their own thing that they're doing that we can't hear in this, but they're making sure that, okay, we have all these lights and we are able to use them at once.
Right. So I got an article here talking about the 2013 Super Bowl. More than 700 people were involved in just the halftime show on the field. Like the process of getting it onto the field, 700 people were involved just in the halftime show. So that's even bigger than the actual game.
Yeah, so
more moving parts.
That's like people on the ground.
Right.
So dancers, the people that are like down on the floor, you always see that.
Right.
Those are just basically people that filled out a form at some point.
They're prearranged.
Yeah. They're coming in. They're doing the audition or doing the rehearsals. And they're there while they're even probably at the dress rehearsal.
Right.
Wearing exactly what they're going to wear.
Because they make those people move.
Oh, yeah. You would
in
have
those shows. Yeah.
Not only move, but know where the cameras are going to be.
Right.
Right. Okay, you can't come here because of this reason. No one crossed this line. It's just insane, all the work that goes into it. Not to mention if they're doing pyrotechnics, CO2,
oh my gosh,
laser, all of that stuff has to have a whole nother world of regulations.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit. You know some about that.
Well, I've worked with lasers just a little bit with my job, and I've looked at a couple of pyrotechnic things. It's almost impossible unless you know someone that does this stuff for a living.
Yeah.
To get the right permits to do it and all that stuff, and they're doing this with people down on the ground and all these people in the stadium.
Right.
Fireworks, pyro, CO2 getting blasted right next to people's heads, lasers shooting around.
And you said lasers are they're regulated by the FDA, right?
Right, they are.
Right. So we've got the FDA
FDA's
regulations are involved because of how many lasers there are. How many lights? How many lasers?
I don't think every year has had lasers. I know Justin Timberlake had lasers.
Gotcha. It probably depends on what state they're in.
It depends on the show,
right?
Really, and what state they're in. I'm sure plays into it. Yeah, because these guys have to go by the book.
Right.
There's no messing around. It's so visible.
Mm-hmm.
They would get called out instantly.
Right.
But lights for, I think I have a cool little article here with Super Bowl 52. Or 47, sorry.
Roman numerals.
Over 1,000 lights.
Holy cow.
At Super Bowl 47.
For the halftime show.
Video flooring that was all controlled separate from lights.
Oh, right, because they had the...
But it was all time code.
Right.
So the thing was like flawless. If you go back and you watch that one, this is the one where the floor moves, the video wall goes up, and basically Beyonce shows up like 5 times because they like pre-videoed her. Mm-hmm. It's insane. You have to go watch it.
I need to watch this.
And like she lays down on the ground and like her outline like shoots out from the video floor.
Wow. And you know what? I probably like watched this. I know I watched it. I guarantee I watched it.
In that one, you can actually see she misses her mark. So it's like a fun thing to watch. Like,
is there like a piece of tape that you see or something?
There's a little tiny piece of tape, and she misses her mark when she lays down. So the like outline of her is a little off.
Oh no!
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Queen Bee, what you doing?
Queen Bee, hit your mark.
Hit your mark.
That's the thing. If you're off by like 4 inches and it's pre-made content,
right?
What are they gonna do?
No, the production guys and girls are
all right.
We're gonna move on.
And they did, and the rest of the show is awesome.
Yeah.
No one noticed.
Right.
I mean, I noticed, but it's probably one of those things that...
It's because you do production.
Yeah.
But yeah, 13 minutes at $13 million. $13
million a minute for
million
the
dollars
halftime
a minute
show.
for the halftime show.
So this year's Super Bowl is J-Lo and Shakira?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yep.
I know you looked up some stuff on this year's.
Yeah, like I was saying, so those numbers, the 13 million was based off of this year. So we can assume that it's pretty consistent. But something a little fun fact. So when Bruno Mars did his show, they did it in New Jersey. So that's another thing that you'd have to think of. You're in New Jersey in January doing a live production outside. Could you imagine doing that?
Burr.
You got a lot of cold hands wrapping that cable. You don't want to be the cable guy when you're in New Jersey. Wow. And all in all, the production takes 2,000 to 3,000 people to produce. So this guy who's on his 10th halftime show.
So this year, the stage is 38 separate carts. Each cart takes 12 people to move. And then there's another 18 carts just for audio.
That's a lot of carts.
Because these stadiums aren't really built to have
they're
concerts in them. They are built to have that, but they don't have that up during a football.
They don't have
show.
They don't have a concert audio system set up.
No,
at all. So you got to bring in all of that.
They have to bring it in, and they don't want to just set it up during the game because it's a line issue, like a sight line issue, and they're trying to sell seats
to the game. It's crazy. Let's see. What are some more fun facts here? So it says that they work 12 to 15 hours days. That's not a surprise.
No.
A fun quote here says, "It's never lost on us that we're the sideshow." This is a guy who's done 10 Super Bowls. It's true, but I wouldn't be complaining if I was working on a $13 million sideshow. You know? It's crazy.
It's insane. All of the stuff that goes into this, the timing of it, and they usually probably know most of the production design stuff way ahead of time.
Right.
But I'm sure right now, where are they at this year?
They're in, I want to say, Miami. They're in Miami.
right now in Miami, there's probably some producers losing their minds.
Yeah, for sure something broke. For sure people are scrambling. Someone has not eaten enough in the last couple of days.
Or slept enough.
Or slept at all. We feel for you guys. But wow. And that's one little sliver of the Super Bowl that we can talk about.
Yeah.
But this thing is huge. All the think about it, the officials, the players, the owners, all of the people who are coming in for this one game.
There's a lot of money in this.
A lot of money.
There's a lot of stuff hinging on this going well.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right. A lot of people's jobs are either going to get a lot better or a lot worse.
You know, it's like it is the Super Bowl of their year because it's the actual Super Bowl.
Right.
So they want to get it right.
That's funny. Yeah, the old saying, "This is our Super Bowl."
Yeah.
Well, this is the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl. So cool. It'd be fun to be a part of that.
It would be. I wouldn't want any responsibility with it just because of the scope. But holy cow, to see it happen, I'd like to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, I think if you're the person that doesn't hook something up right.
Right. Yeah. You're the person. Remember
happen, though.
Like when Katy Perry came down on her remember that when she got lowered from the ceiling?
I do. What happened though?
She was like in a tiger type deal.
Well, she had them moving. So
it worked. Nothing went wrong, but I don't want to be the guy who's controlling the motor for Katy Perry's tiger.
So it was motorized to a point.
Yeah.
I know a little bit about this.
Okay, yeah. This is good.
That giant lion, the golden lion that
golden
Katy Perry
lion,
rode in on, was actually human powered.
What?
They had people. It was on wheels, and people just pushed it. It was kind of like those big blimps that they use at the Macy's Day Parade.
Really?
Only it was solid.
Okay, right.
And people are just in there wheeling it.
Okay, so that's how they made it move.
Yeah, they made it move that way. The head moved.
Right.
That was electronic.
That was okay.
You know, there were
so
lights
it was like a parade float.
Yeah.
Cool.
But again,
yeah, I don't want to drive
hitting
that.
Your mark.
Yeah.
Making sure she doesn't fall off
right.
and everything in between.
Don't shake too much. Oh, and hopefully it doesn't get windy too because she's up in the air.
Yeah.
Wild.
Think about timing too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Lady Gaga did that thing where she was on top of the roof and to start it, she was up really high and then she jumped. Do you remember that?
No, I don't. I don't remember Lady Gaga.
She jumped into the stadium was the whole gag.
No,
but really,
I not know this.
She just jumped off, and that was all pre-recorded.
Okay,
so they're pre-recording it, and then, basically everything pre-recorded.
True. So you're telling me it wouldn't be as cool if I was sitting in there watching it in the stands?
No chance.
Wouldn't be as cool.
No way. Yeah, so she jumped in, but last year, whenever Travis Scott and the SpongeBob thing, they cut that SpongeBob segment in because people were trying to get SpongeBob to do the.
That was like a meme, a hot meme,
and it controlled the Super Bowl.
It did.
Somehow
SpongeBob was in the Super Bowl.
That was funny.
That was cool.
I remember we had you were over at my house, right?
Yeah,
for the Super Bowl party.
It was my house too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we lived together.
Wait, we were roommates.
We were roommates at one time.
That's funny. You were over at my house, right?
Yeah, you were. Thanks.
I lived there first.
I paid rent too.
I bought the pizzas.
Right.
We went crazy. Like the SpongeBob thing happened, and I remember we didn't even realize what happened.
Mm-mm.
Then all of a sudden, Travis Scott's out there.
All of a sudden, we just hear "Sweet Victory."
Yeah.
Come on, and we lost it.
I thought my front window was gonna explode because of the scream.
Mm-hmm.
It was loud.
It was good.
Neighbors loved us.
Yeah, they always did.
Oh boy. Well, that's it. That's the Super Bowl.
Enjoy
has
it.
Has a lot of stuff going on. Whenever you're watching, take a look and see if you can see some of these behind the scenes things that are going on.
Yeah.
And there's always stuff posted afterwards.
Right.
Like
the follow-up stuff is awesome.
Cool to see all the, they'll be like,
yeah,
over 35 miles of cable, all of those lists are fun to read. And then just seeing the stuff, how they bring it all together is cool too.
Yeah. Only one more question I have about this one. Who do you think is going to win? 49ers or Chiefs?
I haven't followed football for 1 second this year.
It does not matter.
I am going to be rooting for the Kansas City Chiefs because it's my grandpa's favorite team.
Oh, yeah. I like it.
You know, he's had the Kansas City sticker on the back of his truck since I was a little kid.
Grandpa's got the sticker. You got to respect that.
He's got the sticker.
Yep.
I don't know anything about the 49ers. Is Sam Cannoli a 49ers fan?
I feel like he is.
No. He's a...
No. He's a Bills fan.
Bills.
He's from California, but he's a Bills fan.
That's right.
Yeah.
I bet he's rooting for the 49ers, though.
He probably is.
Yeah.
Local. Yeah. Jimmy G. The 49ers are a big defensive team, so that'd be cool. Cool to see. But
I need to see some touchdowns.
I
want
to see some points. Patrick Mahomes will put up some points.
Patty.
It'll be good.
Let's go. I'm excited. Regardless, I'm excited to watch.
It's gonna be.
I'll
fun.
be watching.
I'll be watching. Who isn't gonna be watching?
I'll be eating some wings.
Yep.
And hopefully pizza.
Maybe
like buffalo chicken dip.
There's always buffalo chicken dip. If you don't have buffalo chicken dip, it's not a Super Bowl party.
Amen and amen.
That's all I gotta say. Last thing we gotta do today is try some cereal.
Gosh dang it, guys! If you keep sending me cereal,
it's coming out of his ears.
Go ahead and keep sending it.
No, it's fine.
One thing, if you do send me something, if you can give me a heads up, because I work a lot.
We don't want cereal sitting on the front porch.
I don't want this stuff to get stolen off my porch.
Cole doesn't like soggy cereal.
Just give me a
let it be nice and clean.
Give me a heads up if you send something.
Yeah, it's
and
fun.
If you want an address to send it to, I can send you an address.
Today we've got the cereal we've been talking about for a while, Magic Spoon.
Magic Spoon. Here's the boxes. We have a bunch of boxes.
For those of you on YouTube,
4-pack.
Check it out.
Yeah, good boxes. Very colorful. Let me grab these other ones. There's two more. Super colorful boxes. 12 grams of protein.
Yep.
3 grams of net carbs.
Went for the real nice, just plain, minimalist but modern boxes. I like them.
Yeah, and they have enlarged to show texture versions of the cereal. On every box of cereal, they feel the need to say enlarged to show texture.
Just in case you didn't know, the piece of cereal is not
what
this big.
lawsuit went through to make every box of cereal say this.
Something happened.
It's like, can't lie with marketing, I guess.
Nope.
So
it's kind of funny. I'm feeling like Ricky Bobby here with these boxes.
Yeah, I'm
kind of
like,
just
what do I
sitting here.
do with these? I'm
Anyway,
just gonna keep sitting here like this.
These are the boxes.
These are the boxes. They're good boxes. There's actually a hard maze on the back of all of them.
Oh, wow.
Um,
wow. That's going to take up most of your Saturday morning.
And they're different. Oh, wait. Yeah, they're different mazes.
Are they different mazes?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they for sure are.
Confirmed different mazes on each one, so that's fun. But yeah, there's 4 flavors. I have fruity, original frosted.
This is blueberry and cocoa.
And I'll tell you what, they smell like they're supposed to, unlike the poop like a champion cereal.
Poop like a champion.
That one smelled like cardboard. These ones, the fruity one, smells like Fruit Loops.
You know, as I've done some more looking into Poop Like a Champion, I think that they know
that it's bad.
They have to know, because the only way that they try to sell it is, hey, we're gonna make you poop.
Yeah.
So I guess they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Their social media is weird.
It is.
It's like, we're just a cereal.
I can't tell if they want to be a cereal or like a dietary supplement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's true.
Like, I'm not sure if they're trying to like really help people's health or if they're trying to be a nice replacement meal in the morning.
Maybe that's right where they want to live.
Yeah, that's
like the perfect.
That's our niche.
Is people that don't really know what they want.
Or maybe we just don't make good cereal, so we say it's gonna clear you out.
Yeah, it'll clear you out.
It'll
Trust
clear
me.
out.
We tried it. We also were sent spoons that we haven't opened yet from Boston Creative Company.
These are awesome.
It says Boston Creative Company Cereal Killer Spoon. New. So these are new spoons. We're going to open
Cereal Killer. Wow.
Oh, okay. So it's just a regular spoon. And there is some text on. I'm actually kind of scared to eat with this. Like, will that rub off in your mouth eventually?
No, I don't think
Cereal
so.
Killer, and there's skull and crossbones.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
We're killers of cereal.
I'm just gonna like rub it off on my shirt.
Just
maybe.
like polish it real
Yeah.
quick. I'm gonna keep it here for safekeeping.
But thank you for sending us spoons.
Yeah, we're serial killers now. You guys
Serial
are part of the
killers.
cereal gang. You're making this cereal part of the podcast way bigger than I ever thought it was going to be, but it's so much fun.
We're going
This
to
is
try
awesome.
this stuff. We've been talking about it. Again, this is the 4-pack that costs $40.
$40. This has got to be the best cereal I've ever eaten.
It better be. I'm gonna go for it. I'm just gonna like take a little out of here
Ooh, yep.
and then drink
How do
some
we
milk
do this?
afterwards.
We were trying to figure out a way for us to not
Try those.
eat the cereal at the same time. So we're going to go with this way.
Those are good. Those are really good. I would eat those on a regular basis if they weren't so much money.
Those are good. I'm not a huge Fruit Loops fan, but these are for sure better than Fruit Loops.
They're similar to Fruit Loops.
The texture, the taste is similar, but the texture...
They're not as hard.
They're not.
Fruit Loops have more of a crunch to them. These ones don't.
No. I like these.
Those are pretty good.
Those are tasty.
So that was the fruity flavor.
Right. So that was the fruity. What do they say about these?
Go ahead and read into that while I go to the
It's
blueberry.
they say there's again high protein, keto friendly, gluten free, grain free, soy free, wheat free, nothing artificial, childlike cereal for grown-ups.
So I'm moving on to blueberry.
Yeah.
The texture's good. I think the texture is going to be similar through all 4 of these flavors.
They're all the same shapes. They're just colored differently. The blueberry is blue. The fruity tooty or whatever it's called is pink actually.
All right. Blueberry's really good. Nothing like a little water with your cereal.
Wow, if you're listening to us, I totally just chugged some water with this cereal here, and it's not the best way to enjoy it. Let me try that again.
Do you like the blueberry?
Let me try it again.
Okay.
I got water.
I'm going to eat a bowl of the blueberry after this. The blueberry had like a specific flavor that I've had before. Mm-hmm. It might just be really good blueberry flavor. The aftertaste of all these mixtures is weird, but
Yeah, I really like the blueberry, and for whatever reason, I feel like I can taste the glaze.
oh yeah, the
On the
glaze is
blueberry?
strong. The glaze is strong.
So that's what they are. They're glazed cereals, right? So it's like
yeah,
a,
it's
like a
one,
little mini
it's
donut.
one base. This is a frosted.
This is original.
This is like OG.
Okay.
It does have a weird smell. Like, it smells OG. Oh. Not a huge fan, but it's not bad. What is that flavor?
It's really like a it's almost like
Milky.
milky. It's creamy. It's very creamy, I would say.
Yeah.
It tastes fresh. Honestly, it's
close
fresh.
to cupcake.
Yeah. It's the
Like cupcake flavoring, not actual cupcake.
So it's just called Magic Spoon Frosted Cereal. That's all it says. Gosh, I don't know. So it's the ingredients are just a protein blend. It says, which means
That's what it tastes like. It's
protein powder.
protein powder.
They just made cereal out of protein powder.
Oh my gosh.
That's what it is. Protein blend. So it's milk protein isolate, whatever that means. Whey protein, coconut oil,
Yep,
tapioca.
it tastes like whey.
And it's kind of gritty in your mouth almost a little bit too, like a protein shake would be.
Wow.
Wow. Okay. And then there's a sweetener blend. So there's no sugars. It's just
Yeah,
like
what's it? Allulose?
yeah, allulose
sugar.
and stevia. Yeah. Chicory root.
That's now that I have like that, that makes sense.
That I can rationalize the price a little more
Yeah.
because that's the idea. It's like it's a protein cereal.
Ooh. Very dark. This is dark chocolate. Pretty good.
That's real good.
I mean,
I'm a huge chocolate fan.
for the price though,
No.
no.
But it's not about the flavor here. It's about the fact that it's protein.
Right.
You know, it's like
True.
protein cereal.
You're getting a decent amount of.
What are you getting? You're getting
12 grams, right?
12 grams of protein per every 3/4 cup serving. So that's not bad.
Yeah, you could probably wrap up your daily protein.
Yeah, if you're really trying to.
If you're scarfing this stuff down,
Right.
It's 110 calories per.
110 calories per serving per 3/4 cup.
You know, maybe just eat a chicken breast.
Yeah, And it's not going to cost you $40
Yeah.
for 4 boxes. But hey, I like the flavor. It's certainly a step up in taste.
$10 per box.
Yeah, $10 a box.
That's wild.
Would I buy it? No. Do I like the taste of it? Absolutely.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good cereal.
It's really good. I'm impressed because
Magic Spoon.
at first it was like, there's nothing in this. Mm-hmm. Obviously, there's something. Allulose, natural sugar.
You know, it feels like a whole lot less of a gimmick for sure than the Poop Like a Champion did.
Yes.
Like
good flavor. Magic Spoon did a good job.
They did.
They have good branding. Their Facebook page is pretty good. The price point...
It needs to go down for your average person.
For your average person, it needs to go down. But if you're someone that doesn't want to cut out taste with like a morning
for
and you're trying to work out and do the gym thing and eat right, this would be a good substitute.
Right.
Although you could probably eat like an egg and be great too.
Right, but this is
if
cereal.
If you want the cereal, if you want to have like that sweetness in the morning, like some people do,
or some people can't eat like a whole big meal, but you can eat just like a little bit.
Yeah,
like you get like I'm gonna eat a yogurt in the morning, or I'm gonna eat like a small bowl of
Magic Spoon.
Magic Spoon.
I like it.
It's good stuff.
I like it.
We're definitely gonna finish this.
Yeah,
later
off
camera.
Yeah, we'll stop chewing in your ear, which some people have said they've enjoyed it. We get weird messages.
Yeah, you guys are strange. I'm not gonna lie. What's funny too is
start an ASMR channel. I'm like, no.
What's funny is like, since we're both on the account, like I'll see you having a conversation with somebody like as Subterrestrial Podcast.
Right.
I'm like, you guys. It's just fun to watch.
Same thing with you.
You
I'll
guys
jump on there and all right, we're live.
Right. What did we do? Yeah, it's fun. It's a whole lot of fun.
You know, sometimes we're like -C or -T or whatever.
Right. Yeah. Every once in a while,
I forget.
Sometimes
every time.
Sometimes I like to keep people guessing though.
Yeah.
Like I'll say something.
Who am I talking to?
You're like, which one of us is it? Oh gosh. But that's what we have for you today. We talked about cereal. We talked about the 2 biggest things happening on February 2nd.
Yeah.
Most important being Groundhog Day.
Absolutely.
The second being the big game.
The big game.
Isn't that how you?
Yeah. Excuse us.
Yeah.
We didn't get written express.
We did not get express written consent from the NFL, so
I'm sure
go back and bleep out every time we say Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Every time we say
Super Bowl, Super Bowl, Super Bowl.
We're just like
bleep me.
Yeah, bleep me. We're gonna go watch the
bleep.
Yeah.
We'll have the producer cut that out.
Yep.
Cool. Magic Spoon was good. Groundhog Day. Be sure to celebrate in some way.
Yep.
If you're listening to this on Groundhog Day, a good way to celebrate is to go outside and see if you can see your shadow or not.
Can you see your shadow? Let us know if you saw your shadow. # subterrestrial shadow. I want to see the pictures. It's gonna be fun. We gotta make Groundhog Day into something.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it. We're gonna be a nice little subculture of the Groundhog Day community.
All right, guys. It's been a good time. Cole here.
I'm Taylor here.
Taylor here. We're gonna peace out.
We're going to say goodbye. Whether you're listening to us on a podcast or watching us, we know that each and every one of you is a little unique, so we're going to keep it varied. We're going to keep the content coming. We got a lot of fun things planned. We've got a few interviews in the works, maybe.
Yes.
We got some good things coming up. So be sure to stay tuned.
I also just want to plug one last time.
Plug it. We're doing the plugs.
We're still looking for people that have been kicked out
Yes.
of life from something.
If you have ever been banned for life, no matter whether it's at a sporting event, a local bingo hall,
hotel,
your step parents' house, your
if you've been
your local diner, if you've been banned, and it's a funny story, if it's a sad story, if it's a whatever kind of story it is, we want to know.
Hit us up at Subterrestrial Podcast. We're also on Byte. I forgot about that. BYTE.
P.S.
Yeah.
Byte. What is Byte? Explain it real quick.
All right. So Byte is 7-second looping videos. It's the new Vine.
Check it out.
So we're on there. Check us out at Subterrestrial.
Byte.
Oh, yeah. It's just at Subterrestrial. I was like, that might be a fun one to have.
It's going to be fun.
So cool. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Have a good one.